Season 1 of One Piece has officially come to an end. Season 2 finna go crazy. As a manga reader, just trust me. But for now, we're gonna talk about the last episode of last year.
But wait! There's more!
Shout out to the best admiral, Big Business Borsellino, aka Kizaru, for putting that Kainu in his place for snapping at him, and basically told him to leave his desk and get back into the field. Kizaru my goat. But anyways, let's go. We start off at sea, and apparently my glorious pirate king is depressed because he failed to save Old Man Vega. But then Zoro says he's an emperor now. He shouldn't get upset over some old man dying. I mean, Zoro, you say that, but if we go back to an arc ago, you were the same person throwing a fit over Yasuo's death. Another dead old man. Talk about the pot calling the kettle black. Where? Not what I meant, you racist bastard. Anyways, we cut back to Egghead, and we see Robert and Kaku, as Robert says that he apparently killed Stussy. Yeah, okay bud, I don't believe you. This is One Piece. Unless I see a body or a title box that says, name, Stussy, occupation, dead as hell, I'm gonna say she's still alive. And then we cut to St. Saturn Chip, as he is satisfied with the resources that they have gathered. Then Doberman tells Saturn that the Vice Admirals would wish to proceed to Elbaf, but Saturn tells them not to. And after their performance on Egghead, I tell them to head back to the lab. And then he says the biggest blunder was Old Man Vega's broadcast, and that he never imagined it. And then he goes on about how he couldn't stop the broadcast, and how Emmett helped my glorious Pirate King and them escape off the island. And to be fair, he kinda has a point. As much as I love my Iron Giant, it's like he came out of nowhere. And he's one of Joy Boy's boys. I feel like he should have been handled a long time ago.
廃棄を命じられています。
万が一バレたら私がかばう。研究しろ。あれは未来だ。いずれ軍の役にも立つだろう。
You have got to be kidding me. So 200 years ago, when Emmett spun the block on Emu, your old ass was given direct orders to scrap it, but your ass had to go disobey orders. Cause if you didn't, that same Iron Giant wouldn't have came back 200 years later and let out a bomb that left everybody shook and left your almighty ruler screaming like a COD zombie. But moving on, and then we cut to Doberman, and he decides it's either time to nut up or shut up, cause he should have asked Saturn if Old Man Vega's message was true. Well, yes, we know that it's true, but Doberman doesn't know it's true. And Saturn's response, well... Yeah, Doberman should have just told him to shut up. But more importantly, Punk Records. It's gone now. W Vegapunks, all of them, outsmarted York's dumbass even in death. Then we cut to Marie Joie, and as much as I want to rag on the Celestial Dragons, they, for once, are not the focus of this. We cut to the Room of Authority, and we see Garling casually walking into the room like he owns the place, and he tells the orders that he has a direct order. And the Gorse are all like, show us respect, Garling. Tread lightly, you forgo yourself. Forgo yourself? Is that what I wrote in my script? Huh, it is. Well, I'll leave it. Then my goat Garling says, the Vegapunk known as York will be under my command, as I was just named the new Defense Science Warrior God. The world is heading for turmoil. An unprecedented level of rebellion is imminent. Let us work together to better the world, my fellow elders. Figurlin Garling, my goats, put those stocks up. Number one Garling fan right here. That's my goat. But sales in the manga. Shut the fuck up about the manga. We're not there yet. But more importantly, since the Garling is now an elder, that makes it 6 old guys when it's supposed to be 5 old guys. What happens to Saturn? We don't know, but the Gorosei definitely know. Cause when we cut back to Saturn, his body starts convulsing as black smoke comes out of his body. He grips his throat cause he is gasping for air because something is choking the shit out of him. And the VAs are all like, hey yo, somebody give that man a life alert now! And as blue flames and black smoke surround Saturn, his body starts shriveling up. It's like the gears are just hitting him like a truck. Turn that man into Mother Gothel. And as his eyes are shrinking, he starts questioning Jesus Christ, they are terrifying. Then Saturn starts pleading with Emu, but Emu does not care. They felt Joy Boy's hockey, had PTSD, and is taking it out on Saturn. And Emu pulls a Princess and the Frog, treating Saturn like he's Dr. Facilier, pulling that nigga's soul into hell, kicking and screaming on the way down, and kaboom! And in the midst of that explosion, all that's left of Saturn is a goddamn skeleton! Brother, this is a f***ing horror movie! But more importantly, rest in peace, nigga. We were smoking your back in 2024, and we smoking on your back 2025. All the suffering you did to Kuma and Bonnie, I hope Emu did that shit to you 800-fold. Suffer, motherfucker, suffer! Backwatch, new back in the air. Die! If you couldn't tell, I did not like Saturn, and I'm happy that he's dead. Rest in piss, he definitely will not be missed. Anyways, the Vegapunks are apparently alive. So I guess Shaka getting sniped, Pythagoras getting his head stomped in, and Edison and Atlas going kaboom didn't matter. I don't know what I expected. It's One Piece. No one dies. Then we cut to Kamabaka Queendom, and Dragon finally decides to make his move. It only took him over 20 years to do so, but hey, he's finally doing something. Yo, if you like what you're watching and you want to see more of it, hit like and subscribe. Alright, I'm done. Now back to the video. Then we cut to the giant ship, and Lilith has now awoken, and Sanji tells her that they failed to save the other Vegapunks. And Lilith, rightfully so, cries, cause essentially all her family is dead. But then she stops, cause now she's hungry. Man, she just like me for real. Best Vegapunk. And then we see my glorious Pirate King, depressed because he couldn't save Old Man Vega. But Lilith says don't be, because she's been informed that they are all still alive, because their definition of death is apparently different. As I said before, it's One Piece. No one dies. Anyways, the general thing is that the Vegapunks are now alive, which means Old Man Vega is alive, which means my glorious Pirate King is no longer depressed, which means it's time for the after arc banquet. Let's go! Eat up, you bunch of fat asses! Robin's excited to see Sol again. She hugs Chopper. It should have been me. That should have not been that hard to say. And the Giants are talking about Old Man Vega's message, and who's gonna get the One Piece and become King of the Pirates. And of course, my glorious Pirate King raises his mug and says, I don't know, Luffy. You have 11 other niggas to fight against, and I happen to like damn near all of them. So, what I'm saying is that this is a reach around way of saying that Buggy will be king of the pirates before Luffy. Again, that should have not been that hard to say. And as everyone clinks their mugs and starts vibing, we cut to Bonnie and... Wait, she's having a flashback? It's about Kuma? She's doing the Nika dance? She's sad now? What? Oh my god. Because he has his kid with him, he's back now. And is that a smile I see? Oh my god, I love this series. And this operatic version of We Are with the Sun God poses is just giving me life. And with everything in Egghead now wrapped up, the Straw Hats are finally making their way to Elbaf! Yeah! But speaking of Elbaf, we got a sneak peek and a new guy, as he says,
Kai.
And with that, season 1 of One Piece has come to an end. And all I have to say is, best season 1 in fiction. I keep getting reminded on why this is my favorite anime. God damn, I love this series. You made it to the end of the video. Congratulations. Now like and subscribe for more content that you didn't ask for. Bye.